I should be editing some minutes and doing some paperwork. Instead, I'm 2/3 of the way through your book, Dangerous Stuff, my friend. That is the very first review we got for Level Up or Die, this dope new novel, published and written by myself, Joshua Lisec, and good friend of mine, author Adam Lane Smith. We teamed up for this great adventure, a LitRPG Steampunk book. Now, you probably have 3 questions. What's the book about? What's LitRPG? And what the bleep is steampunk? Let's get to all of those. But first, I'll tell you the premise of the book, the storyline. And I'm going to tell you this little world that we created. And it is not, in fact, one too far removed from reality. My father-in-law asked me, "So Joshua, what's your new novel about?" And for someone who doesn't know what LitRPG and steampunk are, maybe just like yourself, or unlike yourself, if you know about both of them, I thought, I can't just say, well, it's a LitRPG steampunk adventure with a little bit of cyberpunk elements in a prison system. Doesn't quite cut it. So here's what I said. Imagine the world, a few decades from now, in which Elon Musk's Neuralink technology has been commercialized. It's gone mainstream. Neuralink is a machine-brain interface that allows you to effectively upload your consciousness to the cloud. Meanwhile, imagine this in the same world, the same near-future scenario, in which artificially intelligent machines have replaced all manual labor. So, you no longer have menial jobs, manual labor that we pay minimum wage for, or far below minimum wage, such as what you would see prisoners do, perhaps on the side of the road, picking up trash. There's no longer use for that anymore. No longer use for that. And when you have very low labor participation, very high unemployment, you have the ability for us to exist in the cloud, what do you get? You get a world in which you need to keep the demoralized masses distracted at all times. You have social media becoming reality TV. There's no more TV anymore when all of us can interact with one another inside the cloud, so to speak. Now into the system, you have the system we all love to hate, criminal justice. And you can imagine that in many ways, the criminal justice system as we have it today is unjust. We don't necessarily see a lot of things changing right now. In fact, we can imagine things getting much worse into this dystopian hellscape, frankly, that we see a lot of trends pointing towards. Criminal justice in the future would be a farce. Now, you blend all of these elements together, and what do you get? You have prisoners who need a job to do. You have people spending most of their times online, no longer just on smartphones, but literally living online. You have very, very, very low employment because why not? You have horrid living conditions. You need to keep your population distracted, and passive. Here's what you do. You create a simulation for prisoners to be uploaded into to compete in gladiatorial style combat. And that is the world of Level Up or Die. The winner of the digital games goes free. And our protagonist, Donovan, has been falsely accused of murder, when in fact, what he was simply doing was defending a loved one. Yes, it is worse to stop a crime from happening than prevent a crime from happening. If you know anything about what's been happening in California, you may have seen these viral videos of people committing horrific crimes, violent crimes, and going free. Such is the way of our world, and as we can imagine, it could go that way in the future. And that is the world, as I said, of Level Up or Die. All those elements coming together, surrounding the protagonist, Donovan. So that is a little bit of the background of the story. Now, I mentioned that this is a lit RPG novel, and it's steampunk. Lit RPG is where the protagonist, aka you, the reader, are seeing the characters interact with a video game-like environment. Literary role-playing game, Lit RPG. So the protagonist and the others are in these roles, in this case as prisoners, interacting with one another in this video game like a virtual reality world for the entertainment of the future demoralized masses of the 2040s, 2050s, 2060s, so on and so forth. And steampunk, meaning the elements of the gaming system of the world are from 19th century Victorian fusion of exciting technology and steam-powered engines and machines, all of course in this digital world. And that is LitRPG Steampunk novel. It's getting great reviews on Amazon. A few 5-star reviews, quite a few 5 stars, some 4 stars and 3 stars. And those are important because that tells you that the 5-star reviews are, in fact, real. So that's what this book is about. Get your copy of Level Up or Die, the new LitRPG Steampunk adventure. If any of what I just said there appealed to you and you would like to get in trouble at work for reading the book, binging it, when you should have in fact been working, that's how you know you got a good novel. And I got a good novel, and I know you'll enjoy it. Have a great weekend.